the articulated bus. Built to carry more passengers than a standard bus, they were generally built of two rigid body sections with a pivoting accordion-like joint. But in 1988, Icarus built a remarkable one-of-a-kind triple-body section articulated bus that was probably longer than any city bus that came before it. This is the story of the Icarus 293, the once longest bus that now lives again. Hi, this is Jeffrey. Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with the articulated bus, which is a bus that is made up of two rigid body sections with a flexible pivoting joint in the middle. Now, in 1988, Icarus built a new prototype articulated bus that was made up of three rigid body sections, two pivoting joints, and four axles. While it was a one-of-a-kind bus, it was then sold off to another country, and very recently, a brand new replica of it was built. It's a very remarkable story, so let's get started in learning about the Icarus 293 double articulated bus. The Icarus 293 was quite a special one-of-a-kind bus, which at the time it was completed could boast the title of the longest Hungarian bus, and most likely the world's longest bus. It has a double articulated design consisting of three body sections and four axles, making it almost 23 meters long in total. The 293 was built from parts of articulated buses of the Icarus 280 series. It was produced in 1988, but only as a single prototype. During its test runs, drivers complained about the vehicle's slowness, its swaying, and difficult acceleration and cornering. After visiting numerous domestic and foreign exhibitions, the bus was taken to Icarus's Matyasfold site. In 1991, there were plans to start mass production of the bi-articulated Icarus 293. But the collapse of the Soviet Union ended hopes for exporting it there, where transport was in dire need of buses with a large passenger capacity. But also, in 1991, representatives of Icarus and Mogurt signed a contract with Iranian partners to export a total of 3,000 Icarus buses and spare parts with a value of $290 million. Shortly thereafter, in 1992, the Tehran Transport Company visited Icarus and inspected the 293. Together with the other city buses it ordered, they decided to purchase the giant bus and take it home to Tehran. Iran eventually paid the purchase price for just over 1,300 buses out of the 3,000 initially ordered. The Icarus 293 set off on its journey to Iran on January 8, 1992. But before it departed from Hungary, the Iranians remodeled its interior, installed a new 280 horsepower MAN engine, and repainted it. Due to the larger space required by the new engine, the second passenger door was also moved forward. Since the unusually large bus could not be transported by rail car, it traveled by road through what was then Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, and Turkey to its destination of Tehran. Now, let's take a look at some of the basic specifications of the Icarus 293. Number 1, length is 22.68 meters. Number 2, width is 2.5 meters. Number 3, height is 2.98 meters. Number 4, wheelbase is between axles A and B, 5.4 meters, between axles B and C, 6.18 meters, and between axles C and D, 6.2 meters. Number 5, engine is the Raba D2156 MTU 6-cylinder turbocharged inline horizontal diesel engine. Number 6, total number of passengers carried is 229. And finally, number 7, gross vehicle weight is 33,450 kilograms with a payload of 15,650 kilograms. In Tehran, the prototype vehicle then carried passengers on a 7-kilometer closed route for 7 hours a day for 6 months, serving at least 3,000 passengers a day with very positive feedback. After the trial run, the Iranians were to decide whether to purchase more of this triple-section bus, but no orders were received from Iran after 1992. The bus operated for the Tehran Transport Company from 1992 to 2009. In mid-2010, it simply disappeared. The great distance from Iran and the language barrier prevented Hungarian Icarus fans from reliably learning about the fate of this vehicle, and they were inclined to believe that it was probably scrapped. But then came 2017, and with it a remarkable report by a Tehran resident and bus enthusiast named Reza Ahmadi, who discovered that the Icarus 293 was stored in a garage of the Tehran Bus Company. It had been preserved for a future transport museum and was in good condition. Equally interesting is that Cuba built their own double-articulated version of the 293 within their Giron 16 family of buses under license from Icarus. But that was not the end of the Icarus 293 story. In 2017, the capital's transport company, BKV, and the Bucharest Transport Museum joined forces to build a replica of it. In 2019, the project entered the implementation phase when it was decided to use 2 Icarus 280s manufactured in 1989. The choice fell on the buses with the registration numbers BPO-859 and BPI-792. The vehicle is powered by a Raba D10 UTS diesel engine, which is capable of 210 horsepower. The construction of the bus had already begun during COVID, and in a sense, the coronavirus epidemic was able to speed up work as the bus garages were less busy and more resources were available. Then, on May 10, 2022, the completed Icarus 293 replica was unveiled and handed over to the Transport Museum at BKV's Kellenfold Bus Garage and presented to the public. This fantastic replica, painted in its original blue and gray livery, will not be used for passenger traffic, but will be a traveling museum piece for all bus and transport fans to enjoy. And so there it is, the story of the Icarus 293, the double-articulated bus that I guess was the longest bus in the world when it was built in 1988. Now, if you know of a bus that was even longer than this, that was longer than, say, 75 feet at that time, then let us know. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at the Icarus 293. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.